started doing something I called L-guard yesterday. So I want to continue on with that topic. We're going to be spending the next couple of months just on this. There's a lot of different attacks you can do from here, so it's going to be a lot to cover. So just a quick review for the people who weren't there yesterday. L-guard is if I take the one foot in sort of a shin wrap half guard, and I take my other foot and put it in here for a butterfly guard. My legs make kind of an L with this, okay? So, yesterday we did sweeps in all four directions. I'm going to be uploading a video pretty soon to YouTube that we did for that. Today, I'm going to spend the whole day just covering attacks to this one arm. So there's a lot of different ways to attack this arm, so I want to just go over how to attack that. Then we're going to do attacks on this arm, then we're going to do attacks on this leg, and then we're going to do attacks on this leg, and then we're going to do attacks to the head. So there's going to be a lot of different things we're covering today. So just for starters, so normally if I'm in this one and I'm attacking this arm, he's normally pressuring into me. Yeah, so like this. So I'm going to be in this kind of a position. I have my one frame here across his chest. I'm not really trying to choke him here. My hand is just here. And I've got my other hand here. I'm not holding, I'm just cupping the arm here so that if he tries to use his arm, yeah, exactly. I can frame his arm away. I'm not grabbing, I'm just sort of doing sort of a C grip here. And from here, I can shoot this hand around, and now I've got a Kimura grip, okay? So this is going to be the base of everything we do today. This one action, so I want to spend a bit of time just drilling this, okay? So because that's going to be our, yeah, exactly. He's going to come here, and that's where you can automatically get the C grip here. Normally he will frame like this, either here on the ground or on me. Yeah, exactly. And you can use that to grab your C grip on the arm. And again, just kind of pressure away, and with the hand, shoot around and grab your Kimura lock. Pretty simple first action, but it's going to be critical, and we're going to have to build a lot of different things off of this. So, but I don't think that one's all that complicated, so let's just partner up, drill that, and then we'll move on to some of the actual attacks, okay? Everyone's grabbing the Kimura pretty well. Just one quick point I want to just make sure I have on the video for anyone who wants to check up later. In terms of how you grip this hand, first of all, like I said, when you're here, don't actually grab it, because if you're grabbing the hand, now he knows, oh, I want to attack this hand, and now he's going to start defending it. Exactly, so just kind of frame it away. This is going to give you enough control for the Kimura. And also, when you grab your Kimura grip, okay, I know that for some reason, everyone and their brother says that you grab the Kimura like this. Don't do this. If he just pummels his hand in, exactly, he can actually strip my grip. And I don't have any idea why people think that this grip is in any way superior to this grip with the thumb, because now if he tries to pummel in, it's not happening. I have better control of his arm. I can exert just as much power. I know everyone and their brother says that this is the better grip, and they're wrong. I have no other way to say it, they are just wrong. This is dumb, don't do this. Okay, so back up a bit because you're going to need some space. Yeah, okay, so first thing we're going to do, once I lock up the Kimura, from this position, it's actually going to be really hard to finish the Kimura from bottom position, just because I don't have any real way to lock his body up. But what I can do instead is I can take out the half guard hook. I still have my butterfly, and if I apply the Kimura, I can sweep him and come up on top. And from here, now I can finish the Kimura. Okay? And another, sorry, this is a horrible position for you. And another 2 points with the Kimura finish. First of all, I know a lot of people try to finish it like this with a 90 degree. This is not an efficient lock. You will get the tap eventually, but just, I'll go slow down, just hold out as long as you can. He actually has a nice range of motion here. If I lock it up here, yeah, he's already just about to tap. Okay, this nice deep angle, and I barely moved now, okay? So when you're doing the Kimura lock, you don't want this 90-degree angle. The steeper that angle, the more pressure gets put on his shoulder and the quicker that tap's gonna come, okay? So, and tossing you this way so that I can show you. Go back a bit because I want you to see on camera. Okay, so same side. So because I want to see what everyone can see what I'm doing on the other side. Okay, so I come here, launch into my Kimura lock, take the foot out, move under him, Kimura lock, and sweep. And just roll through and come on top. And what I'm doing here is this leg straightens and comes under this arm. This leg goes over his head and behind his neck. And now I just sit up, and I've got this arm trapped under my leg. So it's actually pinched between my thigh and my calf, and it helps me control this arm because now if he tries to grab his hand, okay, he doesn't have as much range of motion now. So, and it also doesn't let him frame and use this hand to escape now. So, I mean, he can still escape out of this position, but I've taken away one of his weapons. Actually two, because I've got the other arm, so it's harder for him to get out now. And from here, I can just slowly, again, yeah, I didn't even start twisting. All I did was just pull it into position, and that was already enough for a tap. And you have the added, I was about to say, you have the added benefit of you're sitting on his head the whole time, and it's not a pleasant position.
It's really tight with the shoulder here.
Yeah.
You're sitting on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. We won't do it today, but you can actually, if you're very good at it, you can also, if for some reason he's just really strong and you can't get the Kimura, you can actually fall to your side and go into a reverse triangle from there as well. So you can actually pull a choke off from that position too.
You can also do the scissors of the choke. If you sit down like this and get in between your knees.
I don't like that one actually.
No?
No, it's a muscle-based choke, and it's harder to find. I don't like things that force me to do this, just because this is a generally weak muscle in the body for most people.
Okay.
And it's also just, I find this is not as hard to escape as the triangle. If I've got a triangle locked up here, this is hard to get out of. So, but if I fall to this, actually this is weaker, and if you can get a hand in, it's easier to escape. I don't like that choke, personally. I mean, I know people who can get it to work, I don't like it. Okay? So, but anyone need to see that again? I think the sweep to the Kimura is pretty simple. Okay, so then partner up, let's practice. Okay, so now we're going to go to some more cool looking stuff. So this is where it gets interesting, okay? So, because we're going to assume our opponent's not an idiot, I get my grip. Normally the first thing he's going to do now is grab his own hand, because he's not dumb. Or grab the inside of his leg, because he's not dumb. He knows I can get a Kimura from here. If he does this, now the sweep is kind of gone, because he's too long and I can't really threaten with the Kimura anymore, okay? Because now he's blocked the Kimura. Now, depending on how his arm is positioned, in the way he has this arm here, what I can do, it's going to depend on which way you move this leg right now is going to depend on where his other arm is. The way it is right now, he has it over my, no, keep it where it is. The way it is right now, he has it over my hip, which means I can take out this hook, bring it in, and come onto his face. Okay? Pressure onto his back, and now I have an armbar. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so like I said, that depends on where his arm is, this one, okay? If he has it in front of my knee, or he does this, now it's going to be hard to bring my arm in because he can actually block it with his hands, so I can just come over here. And then again, pressure in the back, this keeps his body down if he tries to stand up. Yeah. Exactly. And now, insert the foot. Okay. And I get an armbar. And we're going to finish the armbar differently, okay? I know the traditional, I'll show it on someone else so you can see it, yeah. The traditional way to finish the armbar, I know, is to have it on the chest and to hip in. In this position, you actually have a very limited range of motion if you do that. What we're going to do instead is put the elbow on my hip, and we're going to push here into the open. Okay? Because I have a lot more range of motion in that direction, and I can, yeah, he already doesn't like that. That was nice on his arm. Yeah, so I can pressure put way more pressure in his arm with that one. Okay? So that's how we're not going to do it centered, we're going to do it on the hip. And we're going to go in the direction that we have air, basically. We're going to go away from, so past our body and just pressure up until we start hearing things pop. Okay? So, do you want to see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, I get key motor, okay, and he's got his hand on the ground, and you put your hand in your leg. No, yeah, okay, so he's got his hands close to my hip, so I can't go up, so I go in and to his face. Okay? This disrupts his body, his motion, his posture, and weight with the thigh on the back. Now try to stand up. Okay, I have good control over him here, and now I just put the foot in. I'm actually hooking onto the far side leg. It's hard to see, I'll do it in the other direction for the camera. So I'm actually hooking onto the far side leg, and from here, and there comes the tap real quick. Okay. Turn around this way so I can. Okay, so I'm here, he's got his hips here, leg take it out, weave it in, onto the head, pressure onto the back, weave it in, and hook it onto the leg. Okay? And now, yeah. Okay?
And in case he has his arms between your knee, there was a different variation.
Oh yeah. No, not between my knee and in front of my knee. It's not a different variation. It's just I enter in differently, slightly differently. So if he grabs his own hand, then grab your own hand. Yeah. Well, if he does it like this, I can still do the first one because he's grabbing between my legs. But if he's grabbing, grab with your leg, grab with your arm in front of my knee. Yeah. If he's grabbing like this and then try to come in, now it's hard. So I just come out in front. I just basically I just go the other direction. And everything else is the same.
Okay.
So if he grabs here, you go in front of the head. If he grabs his own leg and coasts, then you go under the body.
All right.
But the rest is the same. Okay? So, partner up. So we were doing the armbar, that's looking good. So now a couple of the common counters he is going to do to the armbar and how to counter his counters. So back up a bit, you're going to need to roll forward. Okay? Now, I don't want to move, you'll have enough space. Okay. So, same situation, I've got my armbar. Okay, and now actually his first counter is to forward roll. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now is the point where I need to, when that happens, you need to see, it's going to be obvious when he's rolling. Okay, it's not going to be like suddenly, oh, he rolled, how did that happen? You're going to see it coming, and you need to make sure that you set up your countermeasure as he's escaping, because if you wait until he's landed, it's going to be too late. Okay? So I'm going to try to roll as controlled as possible. I'm going to try and explain what I'm doing here, because it looks really cool, but there's like the one or the other detail that if we go too fast, it's going to get this. So, okay. So I'm here, come this way, and now when he starts to roll, wait, don't roll yet. With this foot, with this one, I'm going to actually let him roll, and I want to come behind his neck. Okay, so when he rolls, I'm here. Okay? Now, the good thing about this is I have now neutralized the hitchhiker escape. If he tries to hitchhiker escape, okay? So now the only thing I have to worry about is if he stands up and comes into me. Yeah, exactly. So go back, go back, go back. Yeah. So, in order to prevent that, okay, now try to escape.
I have nowhere to go.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we're going to twist the arm into our hip. We're not going to come here because this is actually going to ruin our control. Twist the arm into the hip and just push down. Okay? But that hook on the back of the neck, that's the first thing you want, and you have to get that when he's rolling. You do not wait for him to finish the roll and, oh, I need to hook, because by the time you hook, he's already up. Okay? So first you hook, and then you cover the face, and then you've got him pretty well pinned. That's a wonderful control. It's probably my favorite way to finish the armbar, to be quite frank. Okay? So, showing this one, I think we'll finish with this technique for today and then go to some sparring. We'll do some more attacks to this arm next week on Thursday. So, okay, so I come in. So, I've got my arm bar, he starts to roll, and I catch here. And immediately bring my other leg in. He really hates this. Yeah. Okay? And that gives me a really powerful armbar. That, again, even if I'm doing normal armbar finishes, not from this particular position, that's normally the one I prefer to go to, actually, just because I find it to be the most control. Okay? So, do you want to see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, I'm here. Get my arm bar, he starts to roll. And I just basically tuck the foot under him. Okay, and one more thing, don't let your knees go out, pinch your knees together. This is a lot tighter on your arm, isn't it?
Yes.
If I'm here, this doesn't feel, yeah, exactly. You feel you can move your arm more. Yeah. Yeah, he's already wanting to tap, I haven't even done anything. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. So, last technique for the day, and then we'll do some sparring.